Mr. Intervention. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Justin McCormick, aka Mr. Intervention, back again. And oh boy, are we in for a fight. The fight of our lives in this matchup as we made it to 3-2. Another team that's 3-2, surprisingly, the Los Angeles Legends. They are the next opponent. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're dealing with. A lot of gold players. Elway, Barry Sanders, Greenwood are just to name a few. Coleman, the only silver player on the team. They've got Dwight Clark as well at the receiver position. Defensively, they have got Pack, Hurd, and Williams. Just some names for a few. The funny thing is I actually turned on the TV. It was the Redskins and Broncos Super Bowl 22. And John Elway started that game off really well before Doug Williams actually got into a big rhythm and came back and brought the Redskins the championship there. So definitely a good game that I may end up watching later. As we'll take a look at the team standings for the League. Kings finally on top as they're tied with the Indians, but that could change today if we lose. So the Pacific North belongs to the Indians and Kings at the moment. Rollers have the South by game over the Legends and Scorpions. So Legends look for a win here. Rhinos have the Central at 4-1. The Atlantic Conference, the Assassins are up by 2 games and still without a loss, so keeping that L away from their record is definitely helping them. While the Iron Men have a game lead over the Firebirds and Red Dogs and Federals, the Wasps and Top Guns are tied for the South, so one of them are definitely going to be looking to see if they can break through in the win column here. We'll take a look at statistics and look at the league leaders. It is still Lynn Dawson who has got the best rating, 149 even, a 77% completion rating. Johnny Unitas the best in completions, or at least, you know, he's doing well. Tied for third, actually. Dan Marino and Lynn Dickey have the top spot at 81% completion there. Yards-wise, though, Lynn Dawson's got it with 1,500 yards so far on the year and 16 touchdowns. Only 1 interception for him. So he has been on target. Most interceptions, though, goes to Greg Landry of the Red Dogs. It's not been too good for him. The guy that's been sacked most, so Johnny Unitas, 20 sacks against him. Rushing-wise, O.J. Simpson has got 799 yards out of 120 attempts for about 6.7 yards a carry. His longest being a 73-yarder. As the longest run does belong to Barry Sanders, who's got a 98-yarder. Gale Sayers, though, has the most touchdowns in the league for the Rhinos. He's got 8, while Earl Campbell has got 6 for the Feds. Most fumbles, though, belongs to Ricky Waters, who has been doing okay this year with 590 rushing yards. Most yards receiving belongs to Raymond Berry, 628 for the Gunslingers, while Chris Carter's in second with 616. Most touchdowns does belong to Berry. Also, Jefferson and Branch have 6, as a number of players have 5 touchdowns, including Chris Carter. So it's definitely interesting to see how that's going. George McAfee, the strong safety, has got the most tackles in the league, as he's got 50 tackles and 28 assisted, which is very, very impressive. Dick Anderson for the Cougars is tied with Night Train Lane for 3 interceptions, so they have been harassing defenses. Touchdowns on the defensive side, Willie Wood and Larry Dixon have a touchdown defensively, as it has been quite interesting for them. As most field goal attempts in the league belongs to Steve Taylor, who's 9 for 11 for 81%. Northrop has got 10 attempts, but he's only completed 4 of those. Mark Medina for the Assassins is 8 for 9, so he is probably the most prolific of the guys in the league, as Medina also has a 53-yard completion, only beaten by Stephen Owens of the Top Guns. So let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to be looking to see if we can pull out a victory here against the Legends, but it's going to be a fight. So we will see you on the field here shortly. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles, California. The Los Angeles Legends hosting the Minneapolis Kings here at Miller Gold Stadium. This is going to be a very tough matchup as our defense is not the best in the world. And we've got to stop that man right there, John Elway, Hall of Fame quarterback for the Denver Broncos. As you see, our lineup is not changed at all. We're going to be looking to see if we can take on these guys. John Elway, Jerry Rice, Michael Singletary, Rod Woodson, Barry Sanders, Ryan Lott, L.C. Greenwood, Dwight Clark, Randy Cross, and Tony Baselli are the guys that we have got to try and get through. And with Cross and Baselli on that left-hand side of the line, we're going to have to try and see if we can penetrate on the other side. So might not be seeing too much going on with our pressure today. We're going to try and get this coin toss. We're going heads because that's the only one that's been winning as of late. And in his tails, so yeah. Legends will get the ball, so we're going to kick off to them. So here we go. Kevin Epstein going to start us off here as we are looking to see if we can make something happen against this team. This is probably the toughest team in the game to have to face off against, as we will get a good kick there. It's going to end up at the 8. So here comes the return, and it is not going to be too much. 31-yard line as Rod Woodson, one of the guys that usually back there to return the football for this team. He's tough to stop. Start off with a bit of a man coverage here. See if I can get Fiore back there as they're going to go back to pass on the first one. Elway's going to get out of the way of one, get out of the way of another, but the third man gets him. Guess who? It's Keith Millard. So I said he was going to have trouble rushing the quarterback, but we had a coverage sack there, so not bad to start things off. So 2nd and 13 after the sack. Going to change things up here a bit. And it's going to be 2nd and 13. I nearly jumped there, as Elway's going to be looking to try to get something there. That is a short drop off that is complete to the tight end as he was on the stop route. 3rd and 4, you see one of our many guys back there, Scott Studwell. He is going to be looking to try and stop it here. They're going to throw. That's going to be a short drop off to Jerry Rice, one of the most consistent and dangerous wide receivers in NFL history, as he was a big man in San Francisco for a long time. Barry Sanders back there, and he's going to be dangerous, but they're not choosing him yet, as that is going to be a good drop. Studwell in stride with the tight end. That's his second catch. I believe that's Cannell. 2nd and 4. Ball now at midfield. 2nd and 4 midfield. Only a couple minutes ticked off the clock so far in this game, so plenty of time to go, as it's only drive number 1 here, and Elway's going to toss this out to the left. Galen's going to make an attempt, but he can't bring the guy down, as now John Elway is going to try and see if he can get something going on this set of downs. Big package here with 2 receivers out there. Clark and Rice are out to the right with 2 tight ends out to the left, and they are going to hand off to Barry Sanders, and Studwell cannot keep up, but Sanders able to stretch it out for 10, maybe 11 yards. First down Barry Sanders, probably one of the hardest guys to stop. As that was a good tackle. He's been doing really good at being a distraction. That's going to be a handoff to Barry. Barry's got room, and Bryce Pop had to finally get over there and bring him down all the way out to the 8-yard line. First down, Legends, as they have been gaining first down after first down. That's about 5 now. Trying to switch something up the last second here. They're going to hand off to Barry. Barry's going to get past one Solomon Cox. Cannot take him down. Barry Sanders is going to score. First score of the game. Touchdown, Legends. So 1st and 10 now. Usually don't like doing this, but we're going to go with a stretch run on the first try here. And hand this off, and Peterson's going to get out to the right-hand side, but he is going to be caught. We'll fake the handoff here. We'll throw that one short and to the left, but Frizzell, who has been having all kinds of trouble catching as of late, is going to drop one there. So we're going to have to lean away from Frizzell, it seems, which is going to cause us some problems. Going to go back to pass here. We'll throw that over the middle, and that is going to be deflected. Good play by the D-back. So good field position, and we go 4 and out. Carry threats. As I should have probably waited another maybe a half second or so for that throw. And they will hand off. Sanders will break the first 2 tackles, and he's going to go upfield for 4 yards. Hard-earned 4 yards, but he got it. As that was a great stop just to limit him to 4 here. No receivers out there in their spots. Their normal spots anyway, as that's going to be another 4 yards for Barry. He's got 44 on 5 carries. So about 9 yards a carry there, if my quick math is accurate. They may run again, they might not. Offset eye to the strong left side, and that is going to be a jump, and we did not need that. That was a good defensive play there, but somebody on the line gave that one up. It looked like Marshall jumped. That is going to be an infraction, and that will push the ball past the marker. First down, ball at the 30-yard line now. Jim Marshall has been having trouble being quite disciplined. 2 tight ends to the right, this time single back. They'll toss to Barry. Barry's going to go nowhere. Good penetration by the defense. And now we're going to go no huddle, it seems. 2 tight ends back to the right. Barry Sanders goes out to the slot. He's going to get the catch, and Pop misses. But Barry's going to go backwards and run right back into him. Only going to be, they'll spot the ball, forward momentum. About 30 seconds left in the quarter, and that is going to be Scott stood well in front of it. That is deflected. Great play by the linebacker, and that's going to be 4th down. One of our options might be just to use Peterson out of the backfield. As did not use him last drive. May have to do it here. Fake the handoff there. Fake the reverse. Try to throw that to Peterson, but no time. Should have rolled out of the pocket. Move Carter in motion just to see what they're doing here. Throw that one to Peterson. Peterson's going to get some yards there. He'll lower the shoulder and then get knocked out of bounds. We'll see where they spot the ball, as that's going to make it to the 48 for the moment. Going to roll out here with Tarkenton. Tarkenton's going to fire that one. That is lobbed, and that is intercepted. That is going to be Rod Woodson, as he spotted that football early, and we turn over. Fran Tarkenton was being blitzed there, and rushing the throw is never a good idea. So let's see if something else happens here. A low-scoring affair at the moment, but it's only the first quarter done, as Elway calling signals here. Let's see what they've got this time as Sanders is going to get the handoff. He's going to run out back to the left, but nothing happens as Jim Marshall and Solomon both over there as Wilcox made the assisted tackle. And they will hand this one off to Sanders. Sanders has got room. There's a lot of great blocking there on that right-hand side. Maybe I need to take advantage of that. Single back, one tight end to the right for Elway as he's going to hand that off straight to Sanders, who's going to run right into Keith Millard. That's going to be a loss for a yard as they are in Minneapolis territory already. Try inside blast 2. You see one of our big guys, Keith Millard, making his way to the line. He's got a lot of good bodies back here. We just got to make some stops, as that's going to be a big handoff there to Sanders, who's going to get squeezed off from that right-hand side. That's another loss, as the defensive end, Kane, was over there to help out. That's another yard loss, 3rd and 12. It is 3rd and 12, as there's an offside there. That'll be a free play, and that's going to be caught. We give them a free play, and Elway just spots Jerry Rice. That's a first down. We did not need that at all. Oh, that's neutral zone infraction, but that's going to be declined. Ball at the 21-yard line as the Legends are going to look to score. That one goes right to Jerry. Jerry hopped up there and made that happen. He worked that one into a catch. And this will be back to pass for Elway. Elway's in trouble, as that is going to be a sack. Bryce Pop back there to deny that one. As we had him on the blitz, we adjusted our guys around, and he found the open hole as Elway was trying to get rid of it, but it was a little too late. But
let's keep doing what we're doing.
Trying to see what we can do here with him. 2nd and 17, Elway in single back. He's going to hand that off to Sanders. Sanders is going to spin move one guy. He's going to spin another. And that is going to be a touchdown, as I desperately tried to hit stick Sanders. That did not work. Touchdown, Legends. What a run for Sanders. Half, as Mike Singletary is right there in the middle of all the problem. As that is going to be a good handoff to Peterson, only to run right into the outside linebacker. No gain. Back to pass on this one. Oh, and not going to have any time. Turkington is taken down. That's a sack. And man, Corey Myers is going to have a beer afterwards as he just blew past the right guard. And that is going to be, that's going to be it for that. 3rd and 18 now. And that is going to be there is no pocket right now. There is no pocket. Corey Myers back there again as he powered his way through. Tarkenton trying to get out of there, and he couldn't do it. As they're in shotgun, but this could be a toss. As it will not be a toss, it'll be a throw, in fact. That is going over the middle. That is caught. That is going to be Clark, I believe, who made that catch. Dwight Clark. Another 49er legend. He was able to get that catch, as even though he was well covered, Elway found the hole. Single back, one tight end. They got 3 receivers right in trips formation. As Elway will look to throw again. He'll throw that left. Barry Sanders can't get past the one. Oh, he will plow his way forward. And that'll be the 2-minute warning, stopping at 1:58. 2nd and 2, as Sanders picked up 8 on that one. As I tried to hit stick him, and that didn't work out. He broke out of the tackle. And then we had another missed tackle, so we've been having trouble. 2nd and 2 now. Ball at the Minneapolis 31-yard line, as it looks like the Legends are in prime position to score again, and they will toss this out. Grant can't get over there in time, and Sanders gets just enough for the first. Receivers. Barry Sanders back there in the backfield, and there is an audible as Elway's going to throw this. That is thrown over the middle, and that is caught again by the tight end, as he's got 3 catches now, and all of them have been right over the middle. 2nd and 2. Single back with 2 tight ends to the left-hand side, as that's going to be a handoff there. Sanders is getting past one. Oh, why not get past another? And why not score another touchdown? Barry Sanders is on fire today. That is the 3rd touchdown for the Legends. As that is going to be up, in, and good. Incomplete. That'll be the end of the half. What a half has it been. Legends are dominating. That is all that we can say about this. Into the first half, Legends are up 24-0. It was a game I figured might happen this way. But I have expected a little more offense out of us. But as we look at the halftime show, there is no offense there. 26 total yards of offense, while the Legends almost have us by 10 times over. They've got possession and they've got the lead, as Barry Sanders, you see his highlights, running through guys left, right, and center. He has got a number of plays today. Myers and Spellman with 3 combined sacks here for the Legends, as you see Rod Woodson's interception. Targeted 27 yards on the day, Elway 108 yards, but it's been Barry Sanders who's been doing the work. He's got 3 touchdowns now, as you see him run through everybody and score yet again. Adrian Peterson, 129 yards on returns, but he's got nothing on the ground to really speak of. Jerry Rice, 34 yards, while Peterson's got 24 yards in receiving. You see Barry Sanders into the end zone yet again, and then we obviously give the ball back to them, and before the half they score a field goal to give them a even bigger lead. So the Legends just dominating here, as Tarkenton's got to get something going offensively. Our main problem is we just cannot get offense going at all. So we'll be right back for the second half in just a moment. So our big problem in this game has been lack of offense. Our defense has been doing okay, but they're breaking, not just bending, as Peterson will go back to return yet another football, as he has been having a lot of runs in that category today, as we had a lot of blockers downfield, but the one guy we needed to dodge was there for the tackle. First and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. And going to throw that one quickly to Armstrong, who's going to get that. That is going to be close to a first down. As you see the comparison, no comparison. 35 yards and an interception for Tarkenton. Elway with over 100 yards already. So here we go. Going to go back to pass on this one. Throwing that in quickly. Chris Carter's got it. And that is going to be a great catch there. That's his first catch of the day, as he has been quiet. We have not had a chance to really open up with Carter and Moss today, as we've had some trouble, and Carter will get that past midfield for a first. First and 10 on this one. Back to pass here. He'll throw that quickly. Armstrong will have it. He's going to be a reliable target today. It's going to be hand off. Peterson's going to get it. He'll run straight into a crowd there. All right, we're going to go back to pass on this one. Fire that one quickly to Hilton. He's got that one. That's a catch. As Peterson's going to get this. He's going to find a little room. He'll get inside to the red zone. That's going to be a first down. Good job there by him to find the opening. First and 10 at the 19. No huddle offense is working so far as Carter got beat. That is an interception. No surprise. I thought Rod Woodson was back there at the safety spot, but he wasn't. He was all over Carter, and he jumped it. Oh, that ball hawk has got me dead to right today. And they're going to hand this one off. That is going to be Sanders getting past a number of guys. Wow, Barry Sanders turned what was going to be a tackle for loss into a first down. Back to pass this time for Elway. He'll throw that, as that is going to be bobbled and dropped. Dawkins was intended for, but his intention was mishandled. At least get one possession in the end zone or something. That is going to be thrown wide right, and I'm going to hit the stupid button by accident. Jerry Rice with a catch. That is going to be near first down, but not quite. 3rd and inches, ball at the 33, and they will hand off. Sanders is going to have all day. Why not, as he gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. 123 yards from the day for him. He's got 3 touchdowns. Single back for Elway and the Legends. Back to pass. As that is going to be Elway running straight into the blitzing linebacker. That's a sack. That was Chelsea Gallion. As he came straight in, found Elway, and Elway found the grass.
Blitz possibility here, fellas. Heads up.
2nd and 14, ball at the 36 now. They think we're going to blitz. We're not blitzing right now. And they're going to hand that off, and Sanders is going to get jumped. 3rd and very long. As Fiore got through on that one, as that is going to be a tackle for loss for him. We're going to back our guys up. They are going shotgun with Sanders back there. Back to pass for Elway. He's going to be looking deep here. He'll throw deep to the left. And Goodwin was over there on Rice, and he played that well. Jeffrey Goodwin, who has been showing up every game now, has been playing some good football, and now the Legends have to give us the ball. Back to pass on this one. Tarkenton will stop and fire, and Peterson will lower the shoulder and take the hit. That's going to be 8 yards. Peterson's going to get the handoff. He'll run straight up the gut. Mike Singletary says hello, as that is going to be a tackle after the short gain, first down. As Armstrong out in the slot over there, Hilton's going to be an option here. Back to pass on this one. Hilton is not going to be able to handle that one. There was footsteps coming. It was Mike Singletary that was over there in coverage as he stopped him. Back to pass on this one. Going to fire that over the middle. That is Hilton intended for, but that gets deflected. That is going to be Shelton Hilton that was intended for, but just could not handle it. That is off his hands. Back to pass on this one. They'll throw that over the middle to Jerry. Jerry Rice is on their side. Randy Moss with a catch. That's going to be a first down. Get some yards on this. That's going to be a good handoff, and Peterson will get a few there. As it looks like Peterson has gone down. That's going to limit us. I hope he's going to be okay. Back to pass on this. I'll fire that one toward Moss. He's got it. There's another one. All right, back to pass on this. I tried to run, but the acceleration of Tarkenton is just not there. As Corey Myers back there for the 3rd time today. As we tried to step up, and Tarkenton ran into the big man. 2nd and 13 here. Tarkenton back to pass. He'll throw that toward Moss. Moss quickly through the hole. He's got it. That's a first down. Back to pass on this one. Tarkenton looking, Tarkenton running, and Tarkenton will get some yards that time. Only 3, but it's positive. 2nd and 7 now. Ball at the 17-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter. It's still scoreless for the Kings, but the Legends are dominating 24-0 after 3 quarters. Back to pass there. I was going to be looking. Fire that one toward Moss. Moss crossing over, and they're going to call that one short. See if we can get our guy up the gut here for a yard. As that'll be Candidate's going to get a carry. He's going to get more yards than Peterson might have gotten there. Back to pass on this one. Fire that one to the left, and that is not going to be close enough. And that's going to be a handoff, and Candidate will lower the shoulder, and he'll get in. The first points of the game goes to the backup halfback. That is Jason Candidate, who lowered the shoulder and just took the hit, as our backup halfback had to come in due to injury. 1st and 10, ball at the 32. They will probably hand this off to Barry. They will. And that is going to be Scott Studwell gets over there in time, and Wilcox nails Sanders as we get a report on Peterson, as we can't even see it. Check out the injuries here. Peterson is going to be out for a little bit while with a bruised knee. So we're going to be looking to see if we can take advantage here of him in a bit. I formation. As there's going to be a pass, actually. They'll dump this off. Jim Marshall tries to make the tackle. Wilcox has to, but Sanders gets 6 yards, 1st down. 1st and 10, the 43-yard line. Legends are in control of this game and their destiny to come to, to try and take over their division. Excuse me for the stuttering here, as Elway will delay the handoff to Sanders, and that just delayed the tackling there as Studwell was over there. Scott Studwell has been a great player for us, but today has been lacking defensively. 43-yard line for LA as they look to close this game out. That's a delayed hand. That's a stretch to the left, and Sanders, why not get another 11 yards? Barry Sanders. How do we stop somebody like that? We just don't. Elway just trying to milk the clock a little bit, as Sanders will get the handoff, and he will not be able to get past Goodwin and Studwell that time, as the Legends lost a yard there, but Barry Sanders will get it back and then some. Jeffrey Goodwin, the last man to get there, and I missed the tackle. Why not Barry Sanders again? He's been running all over us. I thought we had a pretty decent run game defense, but I guess not. Barry Sanders just said, nope, no defense, as he goes with a stop juke, and nobody was there to stop juke. 14-yard line of Minneapolis. They're going to run this one to the right, and Barry Sanders will break one tackle, and he'll almost, excuse me, that wasn't Sanders, that's the backup. That's the backup running back there, as he made a good run that time to the right. That's Dre Torres. That's number 34. Ran through one guy and just couldn't run past Wilcox. And Elway's going to delay the handoff there. Torres will only get back to the line. 3rd and there's going to be offsides there, as that is going to be a stop in the backfield. Torres didn't get anywhere, but they're going to get a 1st down out of this. So 1st and goal at the 2-yard line, as Jim Marshall has not shown up today like we needed him back there. As they'll hand that off. Excuse me, I wasn't Sayers either. It was Dawkins. Dawkins with a handoff. He's going to score a touchdown. Every touchdown for the Legends has been a rushing one, as that is going to be the final nail in the coffin. Michael Dawkins, the wide receiver, lined up at the halfback position. He powers through and gets enough. So Carter making his way that far left-hand side. Gonna roll out here. Gonna fire that one toward Randy Moss. Moss is not gonna get that one. That is another interception for Tarkenton. That is 3. And this game is going to be officially over as Bevan will kneel. And that is it. The Los Angeles Legends walk into this game and they do nothing wrong. 31-7 the final score, and I am embarrassed to say we might have got 100 yards. 164 total yards for the Kings, but the Legends held the ball all game. 302 yards total for them. Candidate the only score for us as he had 10 yards. But the big problem was Rod Woodson. 3 interceptions today as he was instrumental in giving this team the win. Myers, 2.5 sacks on the day. He was in our backfield a lot. Targeted 129 yards passing. He beat Elway, who had 124. That's mainly because Elway was handing the ball off to Sanders, who did everything in this game. He had 3 touchdowns as Adrian Peterson goes down with an injury, but thankfully he will be back in the next game. Randy Moss, 52 yards receiving. Jerry Rice, 44 yards for LA as Tarkenton tried to hit Randy Moss there, and Woodson obviously was in the way. 177 yards total rushing for Barry Sanders as you see Tarkenton with that big throw, and again he found 26 as Rod Woodson was all over the place today. Player of the game in this one is going to be Barry Sanders. 23 attempts, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns as he was the instrument on offense. Targeted will finish with 23.1 rating, 45% completion for 129 yards. Elway, 124 yards, 103.6 rating as Targeted threw 4 interceptions on the day. Barry Sanders will end the day 177 yards and 3 touchdowns as Adrian Peterson, 6 carries for 21 yards. Longest of the day was a 10-yarder. Candidate did allow us to get a rushing touchdown, but also Dawkins able to get a rushing touchdown as well. As Chris Carter only had 1 catch for 21 yards in the day today. Randy Moss, 4 catches for 52 yards as we found him late. Peterson, 3 for 35. His longest being the 21-yarder that he had. Barry Sanders had 3 for 23 as well as Cannell. Jerry Rice, 3 catches, 44 yards. So it was not a passing game today. It was all running as Scott Studwell, 7 tackles, 2 assisted. Wilcox with 5 and 2. Pop with 5 and 1. Keith Millard with 4 and a couple assisted. And 3 tackles for McCullum, Grant Williams, Myers, Singletary, and Langston. As we check out the sacks, Myers with 2.5 sacks. Pop had a sack. Keith Millard had a sack. Gellion had a sack as well as Spellman, as it was definitely interesting there. Coleman with also half a sack on this one. Not really sure what my TV's doing here, but whatever. 4 interceptions for Rod Woodson. He was the defense for the Legends, and that is exactly why we could not do anything. Nedney had his field goal. He hit the 48-yarder, and that only added to the insult there. So appreciate you guys watching. We will try and get a second game in. The next game is going to be a big one against the Cyclones. We got to see if we can beat the Miami Cyclones and get out of the 500 spot. So appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. May God bless you. And we're back. It's game 2 of this recording. As you see, we've lost to the Gunslingers and the Cougars, and we had a 3-game win streak against San Francisco, Chicago, and Seattle, and then got stomped by the Legends, and pretty much Barry Sanders was a one-man show in that one. So give up our worst defeat of the season. Now we're going to see if we can turn around and get our biggest win here. We're taking on the Miami Cyclones, and that's going to be O.J. Simpson with Peterson back there. Randall Cunningham and Jack Lambert are going to be on opposite sides. Mark Carrier, Alvin Harper going to be the big receivers that Cunningham is going to be throwing to. Alfredahl is going to be the big gold linebacker that we've got to go up against. So we've got to watch out for Scott as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do, especially against OJ. So if we can take care of OJ here, we might have a chance. So we'll check the team standings as we slip to 3-3. The Indians take the Pacific North. Rollers and Legends are now tied in the South as the Rollers dropped one last week. Rhinos still have the Central, while the Atlantic Conference Assassins get their first loss of the season. The Americans and Knights are closing in on them. Wasps take the South at the moment as they're 4-2, also with the Iron Men at 4-2 in the Central. Both of them lead their respective divisions. So let's get down to it. Miami Cyclones taking on the Minneapolis Kings. That's next. So we're going to be on the road for this one. We are in Miami, Florida as we take on the Cyclones. Kings going to try and see if they can have a better offensive production than they did last week as we are at the Oceanic Bowl here in Miami. This is going to be an interesting one for sure as O.J. Simpson, the league leading rusher, as we had a bad time against another rusher. So we're going to try and stop the run game for positive sure. Jack Lambert, O.J. Simpson, top two guys. Randall Cunningham, Jerome Bound, Darren Cherry, Mark Ripien, Alvin Harper, Mark Carrier, John Offerdahl, and Clyde Simmons are going to be the guys that we have got to try and avoid and stop. So let's see how well things go as O.J. Simpson looks to try and make something happen here. So let's see what we can do this time. We'll call tails this time, and I'll be surprised if we get the toss here. Hopefully we will, as it will be heads. Cyclones will actually kick it to us. So we're going to have the football first. So it's going to be interesting to see how well things go. Thankfully, Adrian Peterson did not get hurt for very long in the last game as he had a sprained ankle. And he was out for a short bit, but it was enough to seal our fate as Peterson will get this inside the 5. Here we go. It's going to be a bit of a return here. Peterson will get out to the 24. First down, Kings, as we are on the road and have the road white on. I do like the Cyclones color scheme, the light blue with the dark color on top of it. So it's going to be fun to see how well we can build another team later on in when we do another series here. Back to pass here for Tarkenton. We'll drop that off to Peterson. Peterson's going to be only able to get to the line. Going to go back to pass here on this one. Going to launch that one towards Randy Moss, and that is going to be a little off target there. Armstrong was definitely our guy that we needed last time. Throw that quickly to Carter. That is overthrown as Tarkenton was harassed. That'll be 4th down. Randall Cunningham coming to the line as he was our original quarterback that we had for our franchise at Top Guns. But O.J. Simpson is going to start off with a huge run here and finally stopped by Wilcox. Good grief, we don't need this again. Single back with O.J. back there. He's going to get the handoff, and that is going to be a good tackle. Bryce Pop is there, and that's a tackle for loss. That'll be a good one for him as he needed to make that stop. And they're going to toss this out. That's going to go to O.J. He'll get 2. So back at the original line of scrimmage on that one, 3rd and 10. Hopefully we can have Jeffrey Goodwin make a huge interception today as Hunt, Carrier, Curtis, and Harper are all out there. Quads single back. Cunningham will go back to pass. He's going to look over the middle. That is caught over the middle. I thought we had the coverage there, but it was not to be. That is a huge catch by Brad Curtis, the number 3, number 4 receiver, as thought Studwell could get over there, but he wasn't fast enough. And they're going to hand that off to OJ. OJ's going to spin one guy. He'll get two there as Cunningham will hand this one off. And Millard was over there, and now OJ's in the end zone. That is not what we need. We have given up like 5 touchdowns on the ground now. See if we can run the weak counter trap here, as they've got a lot of linebackers that could cause us some problems. They're going to hand this off on the trap. Peterson will be able to get a couple of yards and not too much. Tarkenton will go back to pass here. We'll throw that over the middle. That's the tight end, Hilton. He'll get that. That's a first down. That's going to be a good handoff. Peterson's going to get speared at the after 2 yards there at the 36. Moss will go in motion. Throw that to Peterson. Peterson's going to get it. He's going to plow his way forward. He'll get out to the 49-yard line, first down.
Okay, let's run doubles 50Z, tight end cross, all out here, right.
So Tarkenton trying to make things happen for the offense, as the last game was not a good one. So here we go. Going to go back to pass here. Tarkenton's going to roll out. Going to throw that one. That is Hilton. He is wide open, as he's going to get leveled at the 20-yard line. First down. And it's going to be a big handoff there. Candidate's going to take that one up the middle. That is 6 yards. We'll try a little flood concept here. We'll go back to pass there. We'll throw that one left, and that is well defended by the D-back. James out there now. Frizzell could be a target here. We just got to find the right guy. Gonna throw this one toward Chris Carter. He's got it. Touchdown in the front corner of the end zone. Carter's first touchdown in a while, as he spins around and finds it. Tarkenton all day in the pocket. And that one just goes right in the bread basket. So ball at the 35-yard line. Tie ball game, 7-all. Both teams able to go downfield and make something happen, as Cunningham's going to hand that off. That is going to be OJ breaking a tackle. And OJ Simpson is all the way. That is a touchdown. What in the world happened to the defense? We had him dead to right, and then all of a sudden OJ says no. As OJ Simpson gets the handoff, just a simple little off-tackle run, and nobody has the speed to catch him. OJ just flat out outruns everyone. Touchdown Cyclones, and one play and they go the distance. Back to pass on this one. Gonna find Moss. Oh no, excuse me. That is Armstrong. That's gonna be over the middle. That is gonna be a good catch there by him. Back to pass here on this one. I'll fire that one toward Randy Moss, and that is well defended by the safety. Peterson's gonna get the handoff, and the linebacker was right there. Gonna roll out here on this one. Gonna fire that one over the middle. Randy Moss intended for a good play by the safety. And he'll be touched down at the 26. It's gonna be the end of the first quarter. Cyclones with the ball. They lead it 14-7 after 1 quarter of play. It has been frustrating seeing that this team just cannot get off the field and cannot get offense going. We have been about as consistent as randomness. Single back here. Cunningham's going to pump fake, and Bryce Pop in front of that one, as that is going to be incomplete. Harper looks like the guys that are out there, as Cunningham will throw that one short and to the right. That'll be caught, and he goes out of bounds. One tight end in there this time, single back. Cunningham's going to go back to pass. He'll throw that short. That is caught. And that is going to be a first down. That is not what we need today. That's another catch for that man right there. O.J. Simpson, 6 carries, already over 100 yards as he has scored for this team. It has been good for him, and that is going to be deflected. Grant in front of that one, incomplete. Cunningham may not have been consistent so far, but O.J. Simpson has. Barry Sanders killed us last time. He's fresh in my memory. As that is going to be a toss out to O.J. O.J.'s going to get stopped. Good tackle there. O.J. Simpson, ever dangerous. He's going to be by himself back there. Single back quads. As they're looking to do something here. Going back to pass. Cunningham's going to go down. That's a sack. That is Jim Marshall, who has had some trouble lately, especially jumping offside. This time, he stayed onside. Got past the tackle there and brought down Cunningham. That's a sack. 1st and 10 now for Tarkenton in this offense. We're going to roll out. And Tarkenton's going to, that did not do that. Did not mean to do that. All right, 2nd and 15 now. Going to go back to pass there. Going to throw that one toward Carter. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down there past midfield. We're going to hand that one off. Peterson's going to get some yards. And he'll get upfield 6. Back to pass on this one. We'll throw that left. That is going to be Armstrong. He's got that one all day. That's a first down. As Tarkenton will hand this off. Peterson's going to get it. And he's going to go upfield. 5 yards. Not bad there. Go back to pass here. Quickly throw that to Carter. Carter's got it. We go back to pass on this one. Randy Moss is over the middle, and he had a chance for it, but couldn't get it. We go back to pass here on this one. We'll throw that over the middle. Frizzell! Oh, I keep wanting to give him a chance, and he keeps dropping the football. 3rd and 10 now. Back to pass on this one. Throw that to Peterson. Peterson's got it. He's going to run over one guy. He'll run through another. That's a first down. As Tarkenton now 10 for 17 on the day. That may be the new play we're going to do here. Back to pass there. Throw it quickly to Carter. Carter's got it. He is close to a first down. Well, the first down will be the end zone. It'll be a touchdown, and Adrian Peterson will run that one in easily. And that is a touchdown. That will get us close. 2:18 left in the half. And see what the Cyclones do this time. 2 tight ends, single back. They're going to give that one to O.J. O.J.'s going nowhere. Scott Studwell was tracking him the whole way. O.J., after that big run he had, he's not done too much, as that will be the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Miami with the ball. They're all the way back at the 26. Not sure if they'll go for it, but they might. As Harper and Carrier are far to the right-hand side. Watson and Crutch are the tight ends to the left. As O.J. Simpson will get the football here, and he's going to get past the first line, then the second, up to the 34-yard line, 3rd and 2. Well, let's see what they've got drawn up this time, as they've got one tight end to the left, I formation, as Cunningham will go back to pass. He's going to throw that short, and Bryce Pop knocked it down. 92 seconds left in the half. All right, I'm going to try the cutback here. That's not going to work out, as that was great penetration by the defense. We'll see what's going to be the best option here. Tarkenton will roll out. They'll throw that short and to the right, and that is not going to be caught. That was Hilton. We have had some trouble with catching lately. Back to pass here on this one. Gonna throw it quickly. Armstrong will get close, but that is not going to be what we need. Into the first half of football, we are tied 14-all. Kings and Cyclones are having a bit of a war as it's been back and forth. There's been good and bad on both sides of the ball for both teams. Kings have held the ball the most, have 163 yards, no rushing, but Cyclones have had barely any passing, so it's kind of evened out. 151 passing yards for the Kings, 114 rushing yards for the Cyclones. It's been O.J. Simpson who's been doing everything he can, as you see the big run that he opened up early in the game and put them into the end zone for the score there. Tarkenton on the day, 151 yards passing and a touchdown, as Tarkenton has been doing what he can to make things happen. You see the big pass there to Hilton. Hilton able to get all the way down to the red zone. Peterson has 61 return yards today. You see Chris Carter's numbers, 52 yards and a touchdown. You look at another huge run there by O.J. Simpson, 114 total yards for him and 2 touchdowns. As Adrian Peterson also with some rushing yards, and he's got a rushing touchdown thanks to his consistency going over the middle. Marshall for Minneapolis, he has got a sack in this game, as you see Peterson's handoff where he goes straight up the gut and he gets the touchdown. A 2-yard run there for him and a score. And because of what's been going on in this game, we've got a tie ball game. Cyclones are going to get the ball here. Going to be interesting to see what they do offensively this time, as if they don't go to OJ, it may be a mistake. It is interesting how they chose the Cyclones stadium to look like it's been Disaster City, as that'll come out to the 37-yard line, first down Miami. As they've got billboards, signs, and markers of all kinds strode chaos in a manner of chaos. Gonna go inside Sting 3 here. As you see the man with a plan right now, O.J. Simpson. One tight end in there. And his strong left, as O.J. will not get the ball this time, but that'll be a quick throw as Bryce Pop makes the stop. That is his third tackle. He's got one for a loss. Trip, single back. And O.J. is going to get the handoff, and he's going to get through one guy. And he's not going to be able to make past everybody. It's 3rd and 3 now. We were able to make the adjustments on that one. As you see, Grant lines out there at that far right-hand side of the screen there. Back to pass for Cunningham. He's going to throw that one. That is going to be caught, and that is going to be a first down. Ball in midfield now. He's going to go back to pass. That's going to be thrown far right-hand side, or far left-hand side. That is caught for another first down. May go with just a completely different team next time, but we'll see what happens. As single back, 3 receivers out there, as Cunningham's going to dump that off. OJ's going to find no room as he runs straight into Pop. Pop has been all over the field today. OJ, who is getting a little bit of heat from his players. He's got 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards, but ever since that big run, he's done nothing. Back to pass here for Cunningham. He's going to look. He's going to also go down. There's a flag on the field, though, as Keith Millard got back there for the sack. That is going to be holding on the defense. That is going to be a first down. That was Jeffrey Goodwin who made that happen. If not for the penalty, that would have been a huge loss, but now it's a new set of downs. Now, this might be what gets us below 500 if this keeps happening. Delayed handoff there for OJ. OJ's going to power his way forward for 5 yards. He's got 122 yards already. If they can bring him to a field goal, that'd be really good defensively, as they're going to try and hand off, and OJ's going to power forward, first down. OJ Simpson, now about 130 yards on the day. He has been working really hard. That's going to be back to pass now for Cunningham. He's going to throw that. Wilcox in there just in time. Oh, he barely got there, but he got there. Alvin Harper, the intended receiver, and he could not reel it in. We'll switch some things around here. They're going to hand off, and that is going to be a good tackle. Bryce Pop again back there, as OJ's going to lose a yard. Third and 11. And Cunningham will try and throw here. He's going to juke it. He's going to find a running lane. And he's going to get all the way to the 5-yard line. That was one of the things that made Cunningham dangerous, especially when he was a Philadelphia Eagle and he had all that speed. First and goal here. Cunningham changing things up. He's going to hand off. That is going to be OJ getting a little bit, but not all of it. Second and goal. 3 tight ends in there for these guys, as they're not going to find any running room there. OJ will get 1. As you see, their numbers, no comparison. OJ Simpson, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson, only 11. 3 tight ends in there. That is going to be a huge handoff, and that's going to be stopped. OJ denied. Keith Millard was there. Line. This will be a very short 19-yard field goal, as that is going to be up, in, and good. Cyclones now take the lead 17-14. Kings have an opportunity. And Peterson's going to get the handoff here, and he's not going to be able to get through the line. He'll get 3. Go back to pass here. We'll throw that one toward the slot receiver. That's not going to happen. Chris Armstrong unable to get that one. He was pressured, as it looked like he should have had that one, but did not. Back to pass here on this one. Going to fire that one towards Hilton, who cannot catch it. 4 seconds left in the quarter, and that's going to be a handoff straight to OJ, who's going almost nowhere. Bryce Pop around him again. That's only a yard. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Cyclones with a small lead, 17-14 over the Kings, as we switch sides. The field, 2 tight ends in there, single back for Cunningham. They're going to drop that off to OJ. OJ is going to break a man's ankles, and he's going to get all the way to the 38-yard line. OJ Simpson now 133 yards on 17 carries. He does have some receiving yards as well, as they're going to hand this off, and that's going to be OJ blown up. 4-yard loss there, as Gallion got back there. The D end has been making some plays. Chelsea Gallion did not get blocked, as they were going for a little play. It didn't happen. Curtis in the slot over there, as Carrier and the other one are right there. That's going to be a good throw. That is far right side. That'll be about 6 yards, as Mark Carrier gets another catch. He's been a good target for them. 3rd and 8 as Carrier lines up far right. It is single back trips here. And they're going to pass one more time. And he's going to go straight into Keith Millard. That's a sack, and that'll be a punt. You see Chris Carter lining all the way out to the left. He's one of the only guys that's had to catch today, as Peterson will go almost nowhere, 1 yard. Well, back to pass on this one. Gonna fire that one over the middle. Randy Moss has got it. That's gonna be a huge first down. Tarkenton gonna hand this one off. That's a good block there up the middle. That's gonna be 6 yards on that one. I'll hand that one off again to Peterson. Peterson will get 2 there. And we'll run it one more time. Peterson's got all kinds of room that time. And that is going to be a first down. Adrian Peterson with a huge run. So now the Kings are moving the football, and that's what we need. Back to pass here. Throw that one quickly to Carter. He's got that one. That's caught. And this will be a handoff for Peterson. He's got it. He's up the middle and got some good yards. So definitely need to rest Peterson now, as he's going to sit down. We're going to see what we can do this time. Going to fake the handoff there. Going to fire this to Randy Moss. He's wide open. He's got it. And he's going to step out of the 5. Back to pass on this one. Going to fire that left-hand side. That is not going to be caught. That's what I was afraid of. Tried to go to Armstrong again, but our slot receivers have been having trouble catching. Going to hand this one off. Candidate's going to get it, and Candidate nearly had the touchdown. Trying to see if I could rest Peterson enough to get him back out there, but looks like we'll have to go with Candidate, and Candidate's got all the room he needs. Touchdown, and the Kings will take the lead. 29-yard line, 2:01 left in the game. The Cyclones are down by 4, so they need a touchdown. As Cunningham's going to go back to pass. He's going to fire that one out. It's caught over the left-hand side, and that's going to be a first down. 1:56 left in the game now as clock stops. Alvin Harper with another catch on that crossing route. The 40-yard line, Cunningham will look to see if he can do something here passing. He's going to run up and get hammered. Back to pass again. He's going to throw that over the middle. That is caught. Mark Carrier with the catch, and Miami will call a timeout, 3rd and 9. And Cunningham going to go back to pass here. He is looking. He's going to fire that one, and Jeffrey Goodwin in front of it. That's the man I need to see in front of a football. Last time he made an interception against Joe Montana that ended it. This time, Cunningham's going to get a toss. That is bobbled and dropped. Oh, man, that was nearly a huge play for Miami, and now Mark Carrier drops one. That is going to be the backbreaker, as he just could not reel it in. Incomplete, turnover on downs. Lindstrom will kick it, and that's going to fly out, and that is the ball game. Kings overcome yet another tough matchup. They beat the Cyclones 21-17 as we check out the post-game show. Was not a prolific game, but Kings able to get 257 yards of total offense, 207 passing yards. Cyclones, after having a big rushing game for OJ in the first half, just couldn't really get much going as Cunningham tried his best to put his team in position, but only getting the field goal in the second half basically put them at odds, as OJ made some big plays there, especially right there as he broke some ankles and was able to get all the way out into Minneapolis territory, but they just couldn't do much there. As you see, Candidate able to find a hole up the middle. He gets the rushing touchdown for the Kings in this one. Peterson 81 yards on the day. Chris Carter 62 yards and a touchdown in the air, as Fran Tarkenton will be player of the game. 15 for 26, 207 yards and a touchdown. A QB rating of 96.2. So it really helped out there, as Tarkenton's been up and down lately, but today he did just good enough. We'll check out the final stats in this one as we look as Cunningham ends the day at 79.8 rating. He was 64% on the day, 11 for 17, and he had definitely a bit of a struggling day. 97 passing yards as they relied on OJ, but OJ couldn't cut it in the second half. 207 yards for Tarkenton, as Tarkenton ended up with a touchdown today. Rushing wise, Adrian Peterson 14 for 50 yards. He did get a touchdown, as well as candidate 3 for 11. He got a touchdown as well. O.J. Simpson 2 touchdowns, 129 yards. So by himself, he trumped both of them. But it was good that the Kings were able to come out on top. Chris Carter 5 catches today, 62 yards and a touchdown. His longest, the 21-yarder. Mark Carrier 4 for 23 on the day. Peterson 3 for 23. Armstrong 3 for 33. Curtis 3 for 31. Moss 2 for 46. While Hilton had 2 for 43. Simpson 2 for 20. Harper 2 for 23 on the day. Defensively, the ball was spread around pretty much all over the place, but Garrett and Pop are the big two guys. Garrett 7 tackles, 5 assists. Pop 6 tackles, 2 assisted there. Goodwin 5 tackles. Bowden 5 tackles. Scott with 4. Millard, Wilcox, and Studwell each with 3, while a host of others had a couple of tackles on the day. The only sacks today went to Jim Marshall, who had 2, and Keith Millard, who had 1, so the Cyclones couldn't get in the backfield. As for interceptions, no interceptions today, but Bryce Pop with a couple of deflections, as Minneapolis, I should say, had a number of them there. Northrop was able to hit the only field goal of the day, a small 18-yarder, but it was good. Appreciate everybody watching today. We'll take a look at who's going to be the next opponent for us. It will be the Milwaukee Indians, as they are doing pretty decent so far. We are sitting in a decent spot, but we could do a little better. 4-3, tied with the Indians, so this division matchup will be for the lead, as the Indians are looking to see what they can do against us. Appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and may God bless you. Take care.